Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome to tonight's show. It is June 8th. I'm about to say 18th. I don't know why I was about to say 18th. But it's June 8th, 2017. Guys, you want to say hi?
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Clint. You already know.
What up, though? It's Willie Styles. And don't be pushing this month any faster. It's already going by too fast.
Exactly.
I need this month to be over.
I feel like New Year's was just a couple weeks ago.
Right, exactly. I was just right. We were just bringing in the New Year. What's going on? Now summer.
Yep. Wow.
Now this month needs to be gone. I just need to go. Yeah, if you're listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GFT radio show. If you want to call in, phone lines open up at 10:15. The phone number is 657-383-1155. If you're on Twitter and you want to chit-chat with us, add us at GFT or radio. Tonight's topic is trending topics, so we'll talk about all the trending topics that's going on thus far. So, but before we get to that, how was y'all week? Willie?
You want to go first, Willie?
Yeah, well, my week was I had another kind of uneventful week. It was kind of eventful, but it was like, one of those weeks where it was like a lot of stuff going on. I guess my son came back from 5th grade camp. He had a great time, so he spent like the whole weekend talking about that, and we did a bunch of stuff with the family over the weekend, and then this week has been actually just mainly work. Work's been crazy, and the summer's coming, so everybody's in a mad scramble. So I've been doing a lot of late nights, been up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every night. So just been trying to stay woke, really, just trying to, working these crazy hours. I take care of the kids during the day, then I got work, in the morning and at night. So it's been bananas. So it's just been one of them kind of weeks. So hopefully in a couple of weeks when I go on vacation, it's going to be a nice little break.
I can dig. My week was it was kind of interesting, over the weekend. Me and my daughter, daddy-daughter time. So that's always cool. But the regular week started off kind of weird. Tuesday was the primary for the governors.
Yeah.
In Jersey. So I went and did that early Tuesday morning. But the weirdest thing was I got a text message at like 6:07, literally. You know what I mean? Telling me about the water contaminated, all this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I ain't really paying no attention because I'm thinking, obviously he ain't read the paper a couple months ago. Our lead levels in our water higher than Flint's. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, they told us that already. So I already, I wasn't even worried about that. But then, when I go on after I finish voting, everybody, my mom texting me, she calling me like, what you hear about the water? What's going on with the water? It was all types of weird stories. People talk about a body was found in there. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? So the mayor had to issue a statement. What it was the chlorine levels wasn't right. So, so they had set the boil water advisory, like you can bathe in it or whatever, but if you're washing your dishes or you cooking, make sure you boil the water for at least a minute. It was corrected by the middle of the day. But, in my mind, y'all already told us, like, the lead levels is high. So it's like, like the water to me didn't even really make sense. The whole panic, everybody, like the whole city was in the uproar.
Yeah, a stupid-ass panic, but go ahead.
I had to take a couple people to go pick their kids up from school, because they didn't want the kids in the school or whatever. You had people, people like, well, the townships, their kids ain't go to school. Wow, I'm like, it's election day. Or, so that's why the townships are closed. Trenton never closed, during that time. So, outside of that, the weather been weird. We about in the middle of June, and it's cold as hell outside.
Right.
Like, I'm on the porch. Like, I got a cold. Like, I'm literally sitting on the porch shivering. Like, what the hell is going on? I got to go put on a hoodie in June? Like, this is ridiculous. So, you know what I mean? Other than that, everything been chill regular.
Well, like y'all, my week hasn't been that entertaining. Monday wasn't shit. Tuesday, that water crap. I was pissed off because I had people texting my phone before 7 o'clock. Now, my first alarm goes off at 5:30. I'm cool. I wake, I'm up. I wait till 6 to wake my daughter up, and I go back to sleep for an hour because she has the bathroom from 6 to 7. People are fucking texting me, telling me about the water. I don't want to talk to anyone that early in the morning. So I got maybe about 6 or 7 text messages that I did not answer because, like, first of all, we live in a social media world. And on top of that, I work for the state of New Jersey. So I already get alerts before everybody else anyway. So I don't need people telling me, hey, just in case you don't, make sure you boil the water. Like, I already got the message. I don't need you. Like, I'm glad you're trying to help me out, but I already got it, So I don't need you to like, text my phone back to back with some nonsense. Did you get my message? I didn't respond to anybody because, like, shut up. That's how I felt. I was a little bit more annoyed. And then, like Clint said, you got people going to mass hysteria and acting crazy because I saw one person in my entire 600 some odd friends post that it was a body in the reservoir and a body in the Delaware. Like, first of all, this person is woke, but they really asleep. So you can't really listen to nothing they say. They get mad over, like, sometimes they get mad over black issues, huh? Sometimes they get mad over black issues. They make it bigger than it is, and it's like, calm down, camper, and stop putting false information on Facebook because, people run with it. And then on top of that, people were so caught up in this water crisis that nobody decided to go vote. Because when I went to the voting booth, I left work maybe 2 hours early to get my son to the bus. Once my daughter got home by 4, I went to the polls. Now, most of the polling places are very close to your house. They're not that far. So, I went there, and I was number 32. I don't know where the fuck everybody else is at, but I'm pretty sure, like, everybody bitched about Christie, everybody bitched about Donald Trump, everybody bitched about stupid shit, but nobody wants to vote. So that's what all my posts were about. Hey, you bitching about this, but you ain't about to do nothing really because you ain't about to go out and vote. So, shut the fuck up. That's how I felt. So I was basically talking to the fuck up all day. That's how I felt. Like, y'all dumb. Y'all not voting, so shut up.
And that's a fact. Everybody complain about Christie, but when it's time to vote for governor, everybody like, well, who's running for governor? Like, what?
All right.
Like, you Google everything else, but you can't Google and find out. But, that's neither here nor there. This is why I be angry. But, that's why I still sound mad now because people are fucking dumb. And they just don't give a fuck. But they on Facebook writing a whole paragraph preaching to the community about Trenton ain't shit, but y'all ain't even fucking voting. So, for all that, you could just stay in the box and just be stupid with everybody else that's with you. But that annoys me. Other than that, my week was cool. I went to the doctor's finally for myself. Found out some crappy advice, some crappy shit was going on. But, at the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself. So that's what I'm doing. But, it just sucks because now I got high blood pressure, and it's higher than it's ever been in my entire life. Even when I was pregnant, it's higher than that. And now I've got to figure out what to do. And not only that, now I got chest issues. Now I can't, I got to get tested for asthma because my chest is a little tight. Now I've been having this cold for like 3 weeks that I couldn't get anything out, and everything's been saying this. So he basically said he gave me antibiotics like that to clear it up so I won't get pneumonia because I don't have time for that. I got 2 kids to take care of. Nobody has time for pneumonia, so I'm hoping that the medicine's kicking. I got to go back next week to the doctor again and, look at my blood work and get some blood pressure pills and all that crap. But, you got, and the doctor told me, he said, I know you've been busy, but you got to take care of yourself too. And I said, yeah,
Right.
So, yeah, you want to take care of nobody else. You don't take care of yourself first.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. Definitely got to think about your health and
Yeah, I you know what?
Well-being.
Last couple of weeks we all been saying that health is wealth.
Yeah.
Because
right.
It's this meme that I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. With a dude when he was young, he was chasing after the money,
and
then it's like his whole life he chasing after the money. Then when he finally get the money, he old, and it says the end. You feel me? So he spent all his whole life chasing money, and once he got it, he couldn't do nothing with it because it's over. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And it basically was saying, I mean, like, you got to look, because that's what I was doing. I was just out here, you know what I mean, money, thinking money, and really not caring for my health. You feel me? And that's how my health faded. So now my number one priority is my health. You feel me? Cause right. You know what I mean? Because I want to see my daughter grow up. You know what I mean? I want to get my daughter away at her wedding. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. If she ever get married. You know what I mean? Right. That's the type of stuff, you know, I want to look for. I want to see her graduate, you know what I mean, college or something like that. You know what I mean? So I can't be focused on anything else other than getting my health straight first. You know what I mean? So I implore to everybody out there that's listening, take care of your body.
Yeah, that's what my doctor told me. He was like, I know you ain't been here in a while. I know you got a lot going on. You know, some of your moms get so caught up on everything else, y'all forget about yourself. And who's gonna take care of your kids if y'all ain't here no more? And I thought about, like, I've been running around for my kids for the longest, and I had this cold for 3 freaking weeks, and now it's to the point where I'm not sneezing and coughing, but now I got a whole bunch of congestion that I can't get out, and now they got to give me medicine to get it out because it won't come out on its own. It's because I'm having problems with breathing. Like, I'm talking about, I'm a walker. I walk almost everywhere, right? I walking up the hills from my job to going to downtown. Like the other day, almost like I felt like I was about to die. Like, wait a minute, like let me get my life together. Like, let me figure some shit out because like I had to stop and catch my breath. Like, bitch, I'm not used to this. Like, I walk all the time.
Yeah. What you was about to say, Willie?
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, you know, it's something I was just talking to someone about, a friend of mine, and we were talking about, you know, the importance of, you know, being consistent, being diligent about taking care of your health. If it's diet, if it's exercise, if it's, you know, a combination of both. You know, just being conscious of the fact that it's something you have to do for life. You know, not only for the rest of your life, but to sustain your life. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to you know, look forward to, like you said, being able to run around with your kids, your grandkids. You know me, I got a grandson now, and it's important to me to be able to be in his life and to be able to be in his you know, graduations and you know, hopefully see him get married and all that kind of stuff, see him have kids. So it's you know, important to me to be able to, you know, stay healthy. And you know, I don't want to be a statistic like, you know, like a lot of people, you know, black men our age and older that, you know, that have heart attacks at 30, have, you know, all kinds of issues like diabetes and all that kind of stuff. You know, it takes nothing but going for a walk or going to the gym every now and then, whatever it takes. You know, I'm willing to do it so I can, you know, keep myself healthy.
And Sonny, remember, you might have called on the show too that time, Willie. We actually did a show about, you know, Sonny said the doctor talked about women, but about how black men rarely go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's like it's an epidemic. Like, black men rarely go to the doctor to get themselves checked, and we walking around here not knowing what's wrong with us. So we need to correct that as well. And I wanted to add not just physical health, mental health.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, there's a stigma around that for black people in general.
Exactly. But like Sonny, like earlier this week, I had posted something on my blog. You know, one of my favorite albums of all time, the Lyfe Jennings' first album. You know, one of the songs he had on there, "Cry." You know, it's like I had told Sonny the other day, like I had to release. You know, because you hold so much stuff in. You know what I mean? Like I keep a lot of stuff in, and you know, sometimes you gotta let that out. You know what I mean? I wasn't ashamed. I didn't feel bad enough. But I was just in the house by myself. You know, I had to let some tears flow just for the release. You know what I mean? Because when you hold that in, that stress will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you know, I just had to, you know, let it out. You feel me? Just to, you know, feel, you know, just to say, You know what I mean? So it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to, you know what I mean? You're doing your best. That's all you can do at this moment. You know what I mean? So don't stress, because the more you stress, the more tension you get, desperate, and you start making bad decisions and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I tell people, folk, not just your physical health. I want to add on, get y'all mental health. You know what I mean? Meditate. I meditate now too. You feel me? A friend taught me how to meditate, so I've been trying. I'm not that good at it yet. But
that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize the importance of mental medication. In terms of being able to control your body and your health. Like you said, through meditation, through relaxation exercises, through all types of psychological releases that allows your body to heal itself. They talk about that in holistic medicine a lot, and a lot of people, some people debunk it, but there's some importance to that. And they always say too, and I've read some studies where they talk about how prayer, because that's a type of meditation, it's good for your physical health, because it sustains your mind, and your mind then sustains your body. So it's important to intermix all those things together to keep your body going and keep your mind going good. So,
because we're all, I know Sunny Strong, just from her situation she's going through. I could tell you're strong, Willie, just how the way you carry yourself, how you talk. You know what I mean? But the one thing I love about you, like I said, I cried. Is sometimes we got to accept how fragile we are too. You know what I mean?
True.
In the big scheme of things, it's cool to be strong, and you know what I mean. That's cool. I everybody should be that way. But at sometimes you gotta accept the fact that it's bigger than you. You know what I mean? It ain't. Don't put the world on your shoulders. So when you don't got that world on your shoulders, you can release. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful feeling. What I really want to do though, I want to yoga.
Yeah.
I've been following. I've been on YouTube. I got a whole bunch of yoga people on my Instagram, and it just seems, like so relaxing, and then at the same time it's exercise. You know what I mean? It's like it combines it all. So that's something I really want to get into.
Yeah, I like to see me when I need, I know I need to, and I told my doctor, I said, I'm always running. I said, that's why I've been, deadly tired, not deadly tired, but, really tired. Yesterday I was asleep before 8 o'clock. I've been between all the stuff that's been going on. My sister's baby shower is coming Sunday. It's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple of weeks, back to back. So I've been running. And it's just I know my body needs a rest, because I'm to the point where I come home and I'm about to pass out, and it's 6 o'clock, and I shouldn't be able to go to sleep that early. But my body is just bitch, you tired, we're going to sleep whether you want to or not. And on top of that, I haven't allowed myself I haven't taken care of myself I knew I was sick from 2 weeks ago. We in week number 3, and I finally went to the doctors, because I started getting pains in my legs. I started going through different stuff that I'm not used to. So some women need to take especially as moms, we so worried about our kids and taking care of everybody else, we forget to take care of ourselves. Because if you're always running to do something for everybody else and you don't take care of yourself, at the end of the day, like the doctor said, when you're not there, who's going to do it? Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of stop and take a minute and make sure you're okay, because you can't take care of nobody if you're not together.
It's funny, Sonny, you said it took you 3 weeks, and this is how stubborn, this is how stupid I was, trying to be strong, trying to just shake it off. Back in 2014 when I originally got, diagnosed with sarcoidosis, I waited 4 months. Mm-hmm. I was a walker just like you. I walked everywhere. My girl, she would, she drove at the time, but I like walking. I walk to work. I walk home. And the same type of thing you said was happening to you, walking, and, I can't breathe. Something wrong. And I still refuse to go to the doctor. Nah, I get over it. It's just the cold, this, that, and the third. and it almost killed me. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
you really got to pay attention to them signs, people.
Yeah, because I didn't even know my blood pressure was high. He was like, it's the highest it's ever been since when I had high blood pressure when I was pregnant with my son. He said, it's higher than that. That's what, and I said, well, is that why my legs are still in the way they are? And I was describing him like what I was. He was like, that could be a definite reason. He said, and I'm gonna do blood work to make sure. He said, but definitely come back. You got to go do lab. I did lab work. He's gonna review it. So like I know I had high blood pressure before, but like I'm like, oh man. But then like that scared me too because I think about my mom. She had a blood clot in her leg that she thought it was she thought it was a sciatica. And then, end up traveling up to her lungs and then her heart and then her lungs, and she died. So like that made me like, what? Okay, yeah, no, because he said like I could have clot, and that's why my legs are doing what it's doing, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'll be here. like I don't want them problems.
Exactly.
So.
Started out, we ain't even getting to the topics yet.
This is always health is always a trending topic.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't learn nothing, take care of yourself. When you get them aches and pains and they ain't going away, go to the doctor. Like, figure it out. It's only $15 copay for most of us. And if you got Medicare, it's free, or Medicaid, it's free, so.
Yeah, well, we're not even gonna start talking about the co-pays and all, man. They increased mine a couple years ago, so and before the Republicans said anything, it was before Obamacare. They already was increasing it. It was when y'all was acting up already. So it's like, man.
Yeah, they increased
at least $25 a copay.
Yeah, mine is $30 for my kids. It's crazy. If they don't go to a specific doctor, then it's like $30. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, they upped our hospital one back when I first started was $50. They went up to $75, but now that shit is $100 if you go to the emergency room. It's $15 depending on what type of insurance you have. Because the state of New Jersey, and the state employee offer different types of insurances. So mine is only $15, but now they upped our prescription costs. So now our prescription completely changed. They got a list of drugs that's covered by our prescription, and they basically want you to do off-brand ones. If you can't do an off-brand one, then they'll make you pay for a name brand, which is like $11 prescription. So now you're saying, yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, so like our stuff is getting jacked up a little bit too. So and plus every time we get a raise, how much we pay for our insurance goes up. So, and that's not including like the standard every fiscal year our health insurance goes up. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, every fiscal year our health insurance goes up, and then every time you get a raise, your stuff is reconfigured based off of how much you get paid. So you pay more. So.
Crazy. Yeah. Let's get to the topic. Get to the topic.
Yeah, y'all both
Let's go meditate.
Yes.
Y'all get to the topic. Let me go meditate for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Well, the first topic I want to touch on, because you guys are on the line, we're going to do the Romper / RompHim. Would you wear one?
So
why not?
So first off, I'm a heterosexual male, and no, sorry, I don't want to put it like that. I don't feel like that. I'm just joking. But seriously though, it's not the kind of fashion I would get off into. I'm a 70s baby, raised in the 80s. Killed it in the 90s, and I'm definitely not doing that in the 2000s. So that's over. Those rompers, those onesies or whatever they want to call them, it's not manly, it's not fashionable. I don't see the point of them, so I would never do it. My son is not going to be wearing a mess like that. Not on my watch, and not even my 23-year-old him either. Not on my watch. So
I feel the exact same way, and like Willie said, you started off correctly. I'm a heterosexual male. You feel me? I'm a grown ass man at that time.
I'm about that, but go ahead.
You know what I mean? I am not wearing a onesie. y'all call them rompers. To me, it's just a grown man.
I know. That's what I say. It's a grown man one.
Yeah, you feel me? And I don't understand. I really don't understand the point. You know, I don't even know where it came from. To be quite honest with you, you know, I seen, you know, they were showing some pictures about the people back in the day. You know,
one
it
of
was
the
like
word to
it was like undergarments.
Word to the Met Gala or something like that.
Well, nah. See, and that's another thing. We need to stop just because we see somebody that's popular wearing something, think it's acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not acceptable. I catch one of my little brothers coming out the crib, you know what I mean, and one of those onesies, you feel me? I'm going to throw his little ass right back in the house.
It's funny because I was talking to this gay guy that I know, and they're not for gay men either. They don't want to wear them either. Well, not that all gay men wouldn't wear them, but a lot of them don't. From what he was talking about, because he was talking about a conversation with his friends too, and he said that none of them would wear it.
Well, you know what? Fashionably, let's just look at it. Let's forget it from or sexual orientation standpoint. Let's throw that out. Fashionably, it's not even good. Like, it don't even look like something that's, you know, you see somebody would be like, all right, that's dope. You know what I mean? But fashionably, like, nah, man, like, you got a onesie on. To me, it's like, that's a onesie. So that's
right, exactly.
Yeah, like, nah.
But, you know, I mean, I actually, in fashion, this is my problem with fashion right now. Since 2000, I want to say 7 or 8, when skinny jeans really kind of took off, and then they started,
I hate them for men.
You know, when they started introducing other stuff like the leggings for men and the dresses and all that other stuff. I think fashion is really taking a really unusual turn. Well, I don't think it's unusual. I kind of subscribe to the belief that, you know, it's a plot to feminize men. But
it is.
You know, the thing is that I think fashion is taking this turn where they're trying to be shocking. And which is actually has always been. They've always tried to be shocking, but you know, but they're trying to push it to the point of, if it's controversial, keep riding this controversial train. You know what I mean? So it's like, why back off of it just because it becomes controversial? In the past, that's kind of seemed like what they did, or there was not the avenue for or the outlet for them to continue those trends. You know, now we have social media. Now we have, you know, YouTube. We have Instagram, things like that, in order to be able to proliferate a lot of this, these looks and these things. I think that a lot of the reason, or I believe a lot of this is because they can really, you know, shock and awe and get people's attention. You know what I mean? So it makes a name for these designers. It makes a impact, I would say, in how some of the artists can kind of keep themselves relevant. You know, you got like a Pharrell who's not a unknown artist in most circles. You know what I mean? He's crossed so many barriers, but you know, he's in an ad for a woman's bag. He's the first man to do or to be a spokesperson for a Chanel women's handbag campaign. So, you know, doing stuff like that, you know, of course they're going to say, oh, you know, I'm just trying to push the fashion envelope, or I'm just trying to be a part of this movement, blah, blah, blah. But they're doing it for attention. You know, they're purely and simply, they're doing it for attention. They're doing it to keep themselves relevant. And I believe that all of this is just, you know, it's one of those grand schemes, grand plans. You know what I mean? So either it's just for the advertising, for the free advertising, think about it like that. And then also to keep people's attention, you know, so, and keep people distracted. So,
and like, I can say from the standpoint. Go ahead.
My fault, Sonny. I just want to say, go back to his point of the feminization of men. You feel me? I really believe that as well too. You know, most of these fashion designers, most of the people who run these fashion are, you know, I mean, let's be real, homosexual or women. You know what I mean? It's really not too many, you know, top prevalent heterosexual men that, you know, wear these clothes. I mean, that make these clothes. You know, you can see a lot of these fashion shows to where, you know, like, come on, man. Like, that's not what we would consider manly or what a man would wear. You know what I mean? The skinny jeans, the leggings, you know, that's the type of stuff for females. You know, it always been, but now we're in this era where everything is gender neutral. You know what I mean? Like, we had that conversation before. That was one of our first shows.
Yeah.
You know, you feel me? So, you know, like, I really don't, I don't subscribe to that, man. I feel like, you know, it's a certain way a man's supposed to wear clothes. You're not supposed to be wearing all tight, form-fitting jeans. You know what I mean? Right. No leggings. You know what I mean? Like, nah. You feel me? Like, I posted that. Y'all see, if y'all follow my Instagram, you see the picture I post Magic Johnson's son. Like, come on, man.
Right, yeah.
like it's starting to get real out of hand. You know, in today's society, you know, everybody's so PC, so it's like, all right, we're trying to, everybody's accepted, everything's accepted. You know what I mean? And like Willie said, controversy sells. So, you know, everybody just trying to be controversial, pushing the envelope. Right. Got Young Thug out here, you know, the rapper Young Thug, he out here wearing dresses and, you know, and, oh, man, it's weird era. It's a weird era.
Yeah. Well, I think the only person that should be, the only type of man that should be, not even a man, boy, should be wearing a onesie is babies. Babies wear onesies, right. Especially like that. Or Romper, that's something that a baby will wear. I don't want any dude that I'm going to date or am dating to wear skinny jeans because your jeans should not be tighter than mine. I don't want you wearing a RompHim, because that's what they're calling it. I don't want you to wear that. I don't care, because some of the pictures they had them looking like normal stuff. Okay, that's fine, but still, no. I don't want anybody that I'm dating to wear them. I don't care. It shouldn't be gender issue. It shouldn't be, only gay men wear. I just don't think any grown-ass man should wear it because it's just, no.
All right. That's just like when they show the pictures of the dudes, like, you know, the models, the male models wearing it, you know what I mean? The one thing I need people to understand out there, like, them dudes are just models. You feel me? They probably wouldn't wear that during they, you know what I mean? They doing that for a check.
Day-to-day. They wouldn't wear that on their day-to-day. Most of them wouldn't. True.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it's crazy, man.
Now, what about the ladies?
You know, there was one picture I saw or collage I saw that had like there was like a picture from the 90s where somebody was wearing like a what they call it, almost like a Dickies uniform type thing. And there was another guy had on like some overalls. And, you know, so it was like they were trying to compare it to like what we would have worn in the 90s. And it was like, but that was different. Those things weren't form-fitting, body fitting, and then shorts with short sleeves. It wasn't all that, you know, carrying on. It wasn't none of that. You know, it still looked like something a man would wear. It didn't look all crazy. But then too, you know, like you said, back then too, that wasn't, you know, we didn't have all that social media. They weren't wearing it to be crazy. They was wearing it to go to work. You know, people had to go to work. People in coveralls because they worked at a mechanic shop or at a factory. You know, somebody wearing overalls that probably at a farm or working in the yard, that kind of thing. You know,
exactly.
So it's out of necessity. It's not out of fashion.
Yeah, but what about these Lacey shorts that they got now? The ones J. Rose in the thing.
I don't believe
the see-through lace.
I have to ask myself, is that really real? Because that was over the top. That was just so over the top. I saw the picture and
they got lace shorts
to the GOP team, and it was just hilarious.
With tighty whitey.
Yeah, it was like, come on, that was too much. I'm like, that's just too much. That's, you know, maybe that's something that people who like to look feminine like to wear, but I'm not about to be in nothing lacy. That's not manly.
Yeah, I don't want to see no like we said in our little group chat. Like, if I see, I will say something. Like that's you know, I let a lot of stuff slide on page. You know, You know, like I live and let live. You know what I mean? But if I see a grown man sitting on my porch and a grown man hit that corner walking and that lace, oh no, I'm not going to be able to contain it. And I mean, like, I'm just not like, come on, bro. You feel? I'm gonna say something to him like you wilding right now. You feel me? Looking real crazy out here right now. Know what I mean? Like, don't nobody want to see that.
No, not at all. Not at all. They say even the guys who do want to look feminine ain't trying to look like that. They ain't trying to be.
No, because like it's crazy. And that's why I say, like, even gay guys I know wouldn't wear that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just too. It's too much. It's too much.
It's too much. Too much.
That's not even a Halloween costume. That's some old bullshit. Is what that is.
Right. Yeah, somebody went too far. Somebody was reaching with that one.
Yeah.
That better not be the new trend. I'm gonna be no. Like I said, I just think that certain things just shouldn't be done. Like I wasn't a fan of the big baggy pants and the sagging and stuff like that. Whatever. I'm good with a guy that wear pants that fit him, and he got a belt on, or not even a belt. Just look good. Don't have your butt hanging out, and don't wear pants that 3 times too big. Wear your size and be done with it. So, like, I never was a fan of that trend. I'm more of a, like, put what looks good on you. Everything don't look good on you. And I don't want you wearing a romper, lacy shorts, or no fucking skinny jeans, because I wear the skinny jeans. I wear the romper. I'm not wearing lacy shorts. Well, maybe, because they have girl ones and they're cute, and they're not like that, because that just looks a mess. But, like, that's something that females wear. I don't care. That's just not something that I want to see anybody trying to date or nothing like that with that bullshit on, because I'm like, that's a no-go.
Exactly.
And my son damn sure going to be putting that shit on.
Nah.
Not going to fly.
Okay.
But I want to bring it to, like, a little serious level. Yeah, I know y'all been watching the news. Y'all know about Bill Maher and his comment. Basically, he was on his live show. He had a state senator on or something like that, or a former governor or something like that. And the guy was like, let's go work out in the fields. And Bill Maher's words, and I quote, "Oh, I'm not a field nigga, I'm a house nigga," or something along that line.
Yeah, he said, exactly. I don't work in the field. I'm a house nigga. You feel me? Like,
right.
Exactly.
And he was saying he should lose his job. But you know what's funny? Oddly enough, before that happened, well, actually right after that happened, I found a clip on YouTube, and Bill Maher had came at Wayne Brady saying Wayne Brady wasn't black enough, that Bill Maher was more blacker than Wayne Brady. And Wayne Brady was like, Bill Maher thinks he got street cred because he dates black women. And he doesn't. And he said, it doesn't matter if I'm an intelligent black man that has a conversation. You can't come to me saying, yo, what's up? I'm not like that. I'm not hood. He said, but I'm a black man. And Bill Maher has not lived the black experience through third party. He's not black. He'll never know what it is to be black because he's a white man. And he basically said that, like, he called them out. Basically, like, Bill Maher called them out for being a quote-unquote Uncle Tom or not black enough. And basically, Wayne Brady went in on him, like, you think you black because you date girls that are black.
See, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The reason why he said that, or why he feels, first of all, I just look at it as a bad joke. You know what I mean? I don't think he's racist. You know what I mean? I don't think Bill, because I've been following Bill Maher since I was young, since he had I think it was politically incorrect.
Yeah, politically incorrect. Yep.
Yep. I've been following him since then. So, first of all, if you understand his comedy, he always pushed the boundaries. He's a stone cold atheist. You know what I mean? So, he don't want to hear nothing you got to say about God. You feel me? He don't want to hear, he's a liberal, so to speak.
Right.
But, my thing with...
He'll let the liberals have it, too.
He'll let everybody have it. That's the one thing. That's why, like, he gives it to everybody. My thing is, as far as him being... he's comfortable with saying it because, as black people, we set that tone. We set that tone for him, that lane for him to be able to say it. You know what I mean? and now, you know, with people like him who sort of, they can't really identify with black culture, but they are enamored with it. You know what I mean? He like you say, he date black women, so he feels like he's a part of the culture.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I always say we have to draw a line. You know, we have to let them know, like, first of all, you're not us. You feel me? You don't understand. There's no way possible, like you said about what Wayne Brady said, there's no way possible he can ever understand the black experience. You know what I mean? You feel me? And then on top of that, he's speaking from privilege. You understand? Right. He has that that white privilege. So you know, he feel like he could get away with a little bit more, and then he has that platform. You know what I mean? That's his platform. So when you say him get fired, there's no way he can get fired. That's his show.
Yeah.
Only thing HBO can do is cancel the show. But that's one of the most popular shows. So, you know what I mean, I doubt if they cancel it. You know what I mean? He issued the apology or whatever. But, you know, a lot of black entertainers spoke out. You know, even Kevin Hart said, you know, that was a bad joke. Killer Mike was like, he'll punch him in his face. You know what I mean? But my thing is, we set this tone, you know, through music, you know. Like you said, when you think about rap, white people listen to rap way more than black people.
Yes, they do.
Right.
Yes, they do.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So the misconception is like, you know, in a world where you know, they see rap, they think all black people act like that. Meanwhile, it's really the whites who are buying into that stigma or celebrating that more than anybody, more than blacks. You feel me? A lot of black people don't like rap. You feel me? Especially the older generation. They like a certain type of rap. They don't like all that nigga, bitch, ho, 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 all that type shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but when you put that out there and all it, what you think they saying when they in the car riding around listening to, you know what I mean, whoever. You feel me?
Right.
They rapping all the words. They saying that.
Yeah, you seen that? You seen like a little clip of that in that movie White Chicks when they was in the car and they was playing that Make a Noise, and then they changed it and then they started playing the song and then they was just singing it. They were singing what 50 Cent song.
That happened to me in real life. In real life,
I've had it happen to me too. Yeah.
The other Jabril, if he was listening, you know what I mean, I wish he would call and he'll tell you. You know, we was in the car, him, his brother, and it was this white girl. That stayed in like in a complex or worked with him or whatever. Mm. You know, and I went down there to visit. This was years ago. It's probably like 10 years ago. So we're in the car, and the Jay-Z's at the time was the old Jay-Z's on. Jigga, my nigga. You know what I mean? And I'm in the front seat, and she in the back. And I heard her say it, and I looked back like immediately. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? And like, you know, almost snapped on her. And, you know, Brill and his brother looked at me like, "Oh, calm down, black." You know, because they call me black. Like, calm down. No, I mean, she ain't. I'm like, nah. I mean, like, I don't feel. You know what I mean? Like, that's not cool with me. You know what I mean? Like, she too comfortable with that. You know? Mm-hmm. And that's basically the whole Bill Maher situation. He feels comfortable. You know what I mean? Because, you know, every time they. That's what Wayne
Brady was saying. Like he's so comfortable, says it, and Wayne Brady was like pissed off to the point where he was like, if I see him, I'll fuck him up, but I don't want to fuck him up because they call the cops on me, you know. But like that, whatever. But like, and like picturing Wayne Brady, probably somebody is just like weird because Wayne Brady is always happy and smiling. But I just like at that point, do you think that they get so comfortable with whether they have black friends? Like we had a discussion when we had the show about the N-word. And it's like, so if you're surrounded by black people and you're just as you're engulfed to, it's more acceptable for you to do that. But like even how you said, Clint, too, when we went out this past weekend, we went to this bar, it was all white people. Like it was like 2 black people and everybody else was white. And that bar was jumping. Like when I tell you it was jumping, I ain't hear no white song. It was all like I'm in there like, oh, yeah. Oh, like all night.
Mm-hmm.
And they do, like, that's the thing. They do listen to our music. They do. And I'm pretty sure when them parts come on, they nigga this, nigga that, and all that because it's in the song. Why not?
And that's why if it was a whole bunch of black people there, they would feel uncomfortable.
And they want to say,
But this is okay. So this is my thing. This is my thing though. This is my thing, and I feel y'all 100%. But this is my thing. It's still the energy in the word, the energy of the word.
I was getting
the negativity of the word. These people aren't stupid. They know Black history better than we do. They know history better than we do. They know where the word came from. They know what energy is behind that word. They still have no reason, no right, no avenue for saying it. I don't care if you live with black people. I don't care if a black person raised you. I don't care if you've been in the hood all your ever living life. You are not black. If you are not, I give Hispanics a pass. I give certain other mixed races a pass, but I do not give white people a pass on that. No, you do not say the N-word around me at all. I don't even say the N-word. So you are not about to be saying that around me. So, I don't tolerate it. I barely tolerate it from my people. I'm not about to tolerate it from white people. You know what it means. You know where it came from. Just keep it out your mouth. It's something you just should not say. I don't care who you think gave you a pass. You need to go get them that pass back because you don't deserve it. So
even if senator got it, you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, the senator. Okay, so this is my stance on the senator situation. So the senator, was it Iowa or Nebraska? The Nebraska senator. The thing though for me with him, I do not blame that man. I'm not mad at him. I don't blame him for not saying anything because the thing was this: if anybody watched the video, Maher is asking him a question. And the guy is on a roll. He's talking up his state. He's talking up a situation. And Bill Maher makes a comment about another state. So the guy's like trying to be funny. He goes, hey, we don't do that over here in Nebraska. You should come. He said, we do X, Y, Z in Nebraska. Bill Maher says, well, I should make my way to Nebraska sometime. The guy says, yeah, you need to come work out in the fields with us. The guy was talking about something completely different.
Exactly.
Bill Maher then takes it there, and as quick as Bill Maher said it, Bill Maher shut it down because the audience oohed and awed. The guy was in utter disgusted shock.
Yes,
like,
yes, he was.
You could tell he was mortified. He didn't know what to say. I mean, if I was on the show, I wouldn't know what to say. I'd have been quiet too, just staring at Bill Maher like, what the hell did you just say, dog? Like, I think. Exactly. So my thing is the guy had no retort. There was no way for a guy that's sitting there in the moment to really, respond. It's like, you don't know if you should respond. You don't know if you should, walk away from it. You don't really know what to do at that moment. You just kind of like stuck. And then, I mean, in the half a second it took Bill Maher to say it, Bill Maher flipped it and said, oh, it's just jokes, people. It's just jokes. And he asked another question. So the guy was just like, okay, and just kept it moving. People was getting pissed at the senator. I'm like, that was uncalled for.
Yeah, they should have been mad at him because he tweeted out that he tweeted out like, I felt very uncomfortable. I should have said something, but I was just throwing, like he said something about he was in shock that he couldn't believe he said it. He said, what was I supposed to say?
You could tell he was in shock, and I would have no expectations for that man to say anything. If they were having a general conversation and Bill Maher would have continued it, or would have elaborated on it and still pushed it further, and then the guy would have either joked about it or whatever. Somebody made the comment that the guy laughed. I'm like, the guy did not laugh. The guy didn't breathe. He literally.
Yes.
And I think his heart hit the ground. His stomach was on the floor. The guy had nothing. He was dead at that moment. He literally had died on stage. So I don't blame the guy. I think that was for him. It was neither here nor there. He couldn't do anything about that. He was kind of like just like the audience, like dead in the water. So it was. I don't think it was his fault. So I don't think he needs to be the one.
And then
taking a fall for that.
This another angle. Because I agree with everything you said with it.
Yes, me too.
On another level, though, I feel like we're giving that word too much power. You know what I mean? We're giving it too much power in a sense to where, you feel me, to the point to where if somebody say it, immediate react. Even me, I'm gonna tell you, even me, you know what I mean? Immediate reaction is violence or aggressiveness, not necessarily aggressive response. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and
yeah, I feel you.
You feel me? So, you know, because then that gives them a way to bait us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but if you get caught that, like on somebody just being an ignorant asshole, like you mind your business, you doing something, somebody approach you, and they like you just a stupid nigga anyway. Like what?
Yeah.
Like you already know. Like people, and it's a baiting situation, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure if somebody said it to you and this caught you completely off guard, your reaction is gonna be like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" And you're gonna snap because that's not something that's said to you every day.
Me,
but not in that context.
Me and Al, who called in a couple times, me and him was having this. We weren't even talking about Bill Maher, but we was having this similar conversation. You know, because when I was telling the story when I was in high school, you know, my freshman year, I went to a school called Pennsbury in PA, and when I was there, there was very few black people there. You know what I mean? And I remember I was sitting, we in gym. You feel me? And the white boy, like as he was walking off, going to the locker room, you know, we was all joking, but we was just joking, like on regular. It had nothing to do with race or nothing. We was just joking, and then like we had to sit down and like rows. But he was going to the locker room, and he was like, "Nigger," like he looked back. You know what I mean? Like he said it over his shoulder, "Nigger." You know what I mean? And at first, yeah. So like at first, you know what I mean? Now mind you, 14 years old. You know, this is when I start growing my head. Mind you, I'm from Trenton, so they already looking at me like, oh, this dude from the hood, he ghetto. You know what I mean? So like on all fronts, I had to show them my intelligence. You know, I had to show restraint, but at the same time, you know, I'm sitting there, and it was like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was telling him, it was like I start trembling. It was like every black person, the ancestors was in my head. I start trembling I'm telling you, I start trembling to the point I almost start crying. Like, you know what I mean? I said, I can't let that slide.
Right.
I can't. I just can't let. I said, now I'm gonna show him a nigga. You feel me? You know, and I didn't want to go there, so I had got a sock, put a lock in the sock. And I walked up on it.
Oh shit!
And I walked up on him in the locker room, and I'm still trembling. You know what I mean? And I'm like, did you just? And I walked up on him like, you just called me a nigga? You know what I mean? He seen me with the sock, and he seen me with the lock in my hand. You know what I mean? And he was like, nah. Then you get started. Now you backtracking. Nah, Clint. Nah, I mean, we boys. Like, he trying to give me a hug. I'm like, nah, I don't. Because I was about to mollywop his ass in that locker room. You know what I mean? I'm for real. Because fast forward a couple weeks later, situation with another white boy. Same thing. This time, okay, now we fighting. You feel me? I ended up getting whooped his ass, ended up getting suspended for 10 days. You know what I mean? That was one of the roughest times of my life. Because I'm like, you know, I go from where I'm surrounded by mostly my people and Hispanics. You know what I mean? Everything a certain way. You know, and then when I go over there, it's a whole culture shock. It's like you know what I mean, different culture shock. You know,
but like you said, it's a trap, right? They use it to trap us. You know, and the thing is like you said, with the power that the word has, I think it's the inherent nature of the word. You know, it's been, you know, it's just like everything else that's from that time period and from that era, is that it, you know, seeing chains. You know, we saw somebody in bondage with chains and you know, tied to their arms or to their legs. We would think about slavery. If we see somebody with a whip, with a old crazy looking shirt and hat on. We would think about the overseer whipping somebody. Yeah, there's a lot of images, and there's a lot of a lot of imagery and a lot of concepts around things that will remind you about the whole thing with slavery. You see police sicking dogs on people. You think about the civil rights movement. You think about that time period. So there's a lot of struggle in our past and a lot of negativity that's been used against us, and so that those images, those words, those actions, they all have power because over time they've been used against us. They've been used to try to suppress our abilities or our energy. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of there is a lot of power behind it. How do you take it away is learning how to stand up against it, but in a more positive way, of course. We don't want to, have to mollywop everybody. But also, it's being able to control our situation and command the situation. You know what I mean? So instead of letting them get to you, you call them out for what they are, the cowards that they are, and you move on. You know what I mean? You show them that you're better. You show them that you're not a stupid N-word. You're not a whatever they want to call you. It's like, hey, I might have the best grade in class, or I had the best grade in the school, or I have, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. I mean, I succeeded in life for the pure fact that I knew I needed to succeed, not only for myself, but for my people around me, my family, my friends, my neighborhood, to show them that they could do it too. That we not all a statistic, and we not all out here to entertain and shuck and jive and shoot each other and whatever else they want us to do. We have to overcome those things, and that's how you regain that power back. At point, we have to allow it to be there, though, because we also don't want to repeat that cycle and allow that to be used as a point of I don't know the right word to use, but I'm gonna say entertainment in terms of where, people point it out sometimes. They'll be like, some people don't see that, a good example. Remember when they were doing the planking thing back in the day, and everybody just thought it was just a game to play, right? And then people were like, do you realize they're making fun of, being on slave ships and this, that, and this other? And, some people dismissed it. Some people didn't believe it, but the point was being made. Like, hey, you got to think about this. These images and these actions and these things. When they make it seem okay, then they're gonna continue to make certain things seem okay until you just fall right in line, and you're just gonna be doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then you saw, not even a year later or 2 years later, people were doing the costumes and stuff, looking like slaves, and doing letting their white coworkers do blackface and all this kind of stuff. So it's like when you start to allow those things to become okay, because all the power has been taken away from those things, because it's like, okay, now we've forgotten, or at least that person may have forgotten, or now we've reduced it to quote unquote nothing, where it's like, oh, it's nothing, So now that somebody puts a noose around your neck and says, oh, we're just playing a game, now it's nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you don't want it to be nothing. You want it to you want to be able to remember, like, no, this is something. This is imagery. This is actions that were used to suppress my people, at a time when we were most vulnerable. No, we're not going to play this game. We're not going to go there, and we're not going to be that way. So, you have to be able to stand up. Mm-hmm.
That's key. Because
hold on, guys. We have a caller.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Sorry to cut y'all off. I was going to get them in.
No, you good. But the biggest problem is we don't know our history. A lot of people don't take the time to really study our history.
Caller, what's your name? You on the line?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? You hear me?
Yes, caller, you on the line?
Oh, what up? It's Skrilla.
Skrilla, what's good, baby?
What's good with you?
Hello.
Hey, dope show. I just want to say congratulations. The show is dope. I'm at work, so I'm gonna make this quick. I can't say something like about the use of the N-word, and like it's kind of our fault. And I kind of feel like it really don't got nothing to do with us. I feel like it's a lot of them and less of us, because I feel like, you know, whether we gave them permission to do it or not, they would still want to do it just because it's, you know, they're not supposed to do it. So, and then at the same time, it's like, I feel like we at a time where it's a lot of white people feeling empowered. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me, being out of breath. I was at work running around.
It's all good, brother.
Like, Rick Ross got a line in his song, and he says, "I'm happy Donald Trump became the president because we got to destroy before we elevate." And I like that line because I feel that, and that's how I feel right now.
Yes.
But the thing is, the same way that we feel empowered, white people feel empowered too. You feel me? White people see cops killing people and they getting away with it. You know what I mean? And I know y'all see the same things that I see. Every time I turn around, it's a new video on the internet of some white people stopping anybody. You know, that, like, it could be Latin people, it could be Asian people. Every time you turn around, there's a video of somebody in a store telling somebody, "This is my country. You need to get out of here speaking that gibberish," you know, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not just us catching it, but we always catch it the most because we like the main target. But it's like, I feel like it don't really have nothing to do with us letting them do it. I feel like just like we feel empowered right now, y'all taking y'all power, y'all putting y'all voices into this podcast, is white people doing the same thing. You feel me? It's white people taking their empowerment and they using the word nigga. And they going to stores and they going in people's face telling them, "Get the fuck out my country." Excuse my language. You know what I mean? They going to people and they letting them know, "We don't want you here and we will kill you and we know we can get away with it." Like, that's how they feel right now. That's how I feel they feel. You know what I mean? So I really feel like it don't have nothing to do with us. We've seen
examples of that in the media. People have been doing it. Yep, we've seen examples.
Say that again?
Yeah,
we've been seeing examples of that in the media. There has been news reports. I mean, there was a guy at a beach who went on a rant and a verbal attack of a Arab family who was they had their kids out there, and the guy's cussing them out about being in his country, quote unquote, and how Trump was going to put them out. I was like, those people are more American than you are. So, you know, how are you playing them like that? So.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with Skrilla. Know what I mean? Because, you know, they do feel empowered now. You know, the climate in this country has changed. You know, but see, this is why I blame black people for, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I just like to deal with us. You feel me? Because we got to get our shit. When we straight, when we good, we got our shit that they can't fuck with us. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you know, when let's go back to when Obama got president. When Obama became president, a lot of black people got lax. You feel me? They got lax. And you know, oh, this post-racial America, oh, we have arrived, this, that, and the third. And, like, I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? Right. I didn't understand that. And then, you know, we felt like, you know, we stuck our nose up at them. You understand? You feel me? So you gotta expect them to feel some type of way. So you know, they stayed silent. They stayed silent for 8 years. You know, they was there was some pushback. There was some pushback a little bit, but they stayed silent for 8 years. And then when Trump came talking that talk, you feel me? They start.
That empowered them.
It empowered them. It gave them like, this, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? So I kind of blame us because we got too lax. You know what I mean? And we ain't draw that line. You feel me? We thought we had arrived. You feel me? We thought we had arrived. And I'm like, no. We still got work. We still got a whole lot of work to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you feel me? Because we're still approaching them at the end of the day as a collective. You know, the reason, you know, why they feel empowered truly is because as a collective, as a black people, we still approaching them with our hand out.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, still asking for permission. That's what somebody told me. We still over here asking for permission.
Yeah, we still asking for permission, and then we need. What do we have? You know, when you think about it, what do we create? You feel me? We dominate sports. You know, art, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Being artistic, like we you know what I mean? We good at that. We dominate that. But what do we generate? You know, what do we manufacture? Who do we get our food from? You feel me? They sitting in a position of power. So when you sit in the position of power, you know what I mean? All right, we'll sit back, we'll let you talk. But eventually we're going to, you know what I mean? Eventually, just like now, they're coming out. That's why they think it's their country. You know what I mean? Which is weird. Which is weird to me. You feel me? Because if any, you know what I mean? We got just as much claim to this country as they do. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We built this country was built on our back. You know what I mean? On the black man's back. You feel me? That's you feel me? And y'all and their kids was raised on the black woman's titty. I mean, let's keep it 100. You feel me?
Right.
You feel me? This country would be nothing without us. You know, and all these other minorities are reaping the benefits. You feel me? So, like, that's why I was saying in the show before, me personally, you know what I mean? Like, I'm drawing a line. You know, I can't, it's, you know, to me, it's black or nothing. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it right now. Because, you know, we falling. You know what I mean? We're not even top.
You see what happened on the Black Wall Street when we started making headway and we started doing something on our own and making that, like making our own money, having our own banks, doing a lot of different things. They shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But that was back in the day. Like, we could do so much more now.
We don't know our history. Like, that's the one thing I took. Like, we,
but now that our history, we don't know our own power. That's what it is. We don't know
exactly.
our own abilities.
Exactly.
And like you said, you know, in the past, we were able to have our own commerce and our own central markets and all that stuff. You know, we were able to push our own agendas, and you know, once that got shut down, and once, you know, things kind of turned, you know, be it. I mean, and I'm trying to remember who said it. Someone mentioned there was someone famous, a black man, I believe it was a black man, that said something to the effect of, what was it? Something was the worst thing that ever happened. It was something positive, but it was the worst thing that happened as well, because it gave us the freedom. I think it was integration. They were
integration.
You know,
integration.
They were saying that integration was the worst thing that happened to the black man, purely because of the fact that it gave us or put us in a position to now kind of be satiated, right? You know, satisfied, comfortable, and you know, not that it was a bad thing. It wasn't a bad thing. It's just that the thing is that now, you know, we now integrated ourselves into white America, and saying that, you know, now we don't have to do it on our own, and now we don't have anything of our own, right? So the power to create and the power to, or the drive, I take that back, not the power, but the drive to create and the drive to do for ourselves was reduced, because now we no longer have to, because now we can go to the white man's store, and we can go to this store, and we can go to that store, which is still good, but but then you now you don't have, you know, the want and the desire to say, you know what, I got to build a store of my own, you know, for my community and for my people, because we still have black communities, we still have black neighborhoods, we still have black ghettos, right? You know, so, you know, to not have a black man running the store that you go to when you live in a community that's 99% black, you know, that seems kind of backwards, you know. To not have police protection from a police force that represents you, you know, as a race in the community, it seems kind of backwards. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened in history and time that have caused us to kind of lose that drive and that determination. You know, it's just, you know, it's sad, but it's a reality.
Yeah.
That's why I always agree with, you know, even if you don't have to agree with their religious beliefs, but the Nation of Islam, you know, the Black Nation of Islam, and a couple other black,
black nationalists and that kind of thing.
Yeah, black. They always preach, you feel me, do for ourselves. Like Malcolm X always said, Elijah Muhammad, I should say, really, always say, we should be doing our own thing. You know what I mean? Supporting our own, building our own. You feel me? Because once we gave them that power, like you said with integration, what integration took from us was our culture and our own power. It took away our power because now we rely on them for everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if we snatch that back, you feel me? Like we're at a state now to we're almost dependent on them because, most people don't. We in a whole different era now. You know what I mean? We're in the technology era. You feel me? The information era. So it's like, most people ain't thinking about manufacturing. Most people ain't thinking about farming and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Gardening. You know what I mean? Building. They're not. It's straight computers and technology. So now we have to find a way to where we can fit in somewhere and have our own, though. You know what I mean? Our own lane. Because then we can come to the table. We can come to the table in a position of power. You feel me? Instead of a position of weakness. You know what I mean? Because that's where we are. That's where we at right now, and that's why they feel so comfortable to act the way they act because they know they're sitting. You know what I mean? In a position of power. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did y'all see Skrilla still on the line?
Yes, he's
I'm
still
sure.
online. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Go ahead, brother. You got anything else you want to add? You got anything else?
Nah, man. I just wanted to throw in that little piece, you know what I mean? Because that's how I feel. I really feel like it's a lot of positivity coming from, our people. But at the same time, we feeling good about ourselves because of a lot of the bad stuff that's going on. They feeling good, even more good about the bad stuff that's going on. So
exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I just want people to know, like, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with being empowered. There's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. So just be aware of what's going on around you. Because there's people preying on your happiness. They don't want to see you happy. I don't want to sound like DJ Khaled, but they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you prosper. They don't want to see you take care of your family. They don't want to see you make podcasts and do corporations and start businesses. They don't want to see you do none of that. You know what I mean? They just want to see you make it, and then they want to steal it from you, and then they want to watch you suffer. So,
talk to them.
That's just how I feel.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I'll keep going back to this point. You know what I mean? I want, as black people, study your history. Because your history go beyond slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Slavery, you know what I mean? We black people didn't start with slavery. You feel me? It's a whole thousands upon thousands of years of our history. You feel me? That, I posted the thing on Instagram the other day that most of these cultures, most of the things that's popular in other cultures originated from us, from our ancestors. Mm-hmm. And they took and adopted it into their culture. And now we think it's theirs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
maybe it's like they've been appropriating us for millennia.
For millennia. Yeah, that's what they do. You know what I mean? And then, and the reason why I say, I'm strictly black, I'm worried about black, because when you go do your history, you know what I mean, we can talk about what the white man did, but it wasn't just the white man. You feel me? That held us down. You feel me?
Yeah, it was people helping them.
The white man. You feel me? You feel me? I tell you, go look at the simple. Everybody loves going to DR, right? Most of those people really are from Africa. But who was their slave owners? Their slave owners wasn't white.
Nope.
Their slave owners were Spaniards. You understand? You know what I mean? And then when you talk about Haiti, it's the same island. You feel me? Their slave masters was French. You feel me? So it wasn't just the European, you know what I mean, that you got to worry about. Like, it get deep. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep. You feel me? On about that. But, you know, I just want
we're gonna do a full history lesson on another show for sure.
You feel me? I could throw a book out there for y'all. And I posted it on my blog for me. The Destruction of Black Civilization by William Chancellor. You feel me? It's Chancellor Williams, Chancellor Williams, The Destruction of Black Civilization. It's a great book. Go read it, and it'll break everything down for you. Break a lot of stuff down for you. You know what I mean? To how we got to this state. You know what I mean? It's deep, man. It's deep. It's so deep to where, you know, we don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Like, when did we start hearing the term systematic racism? It wasn't until recently. When you really think about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When you really think about it. You know, I know I haven't.
Yeah, nobody really talked about it until like the last.
Yeah, I never heard of that until recently.
Yeah.
Exactly. I never thought on that level. I was never told that. You know what I mean? You feel me? I was never thought on that level. Then when you really start,
I don't think anybody really talked about that concept as the concept, right? You know, it was always it was something that some people understood. They just didn't know how to verbalize it, and now they have a way of verbalizing it.
Exactly.
And you know.
Exactly. We always just thought, oh well, racism is just white people think they better than us. White people feel like they're superior than us. But it's deeper than that, because I can tell you right now, a lot of white people really don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Their privilege or their or the system, because the system was set up so smooth. You know what I mean? To where that's why you hear when white people, I'm not racist. I'm not. You probably, but you're benefiting. You know what I mean? You're benefiting from that racism, from that systematic racism. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Their kids and their kids are benefiting from that. You know what I mean? They done took everything. You feel me? That's why.
Think about white privilege. People didn't think about, you know, as a concept white privilege. They didn't think about it like that either, because they would say things like, you know, oh, you know, I've never seen that happen in my neighborhood. And it's like, because you know, that's your neighborhood. That's you know, it's a whole different atmosphere, a whole different environment, you know, and the privilege that you have in that situation, you know, yeah, that wouldn't happen to you in my neighborhood either, because, you know, you are who you are. Nobody's going to assume things about you. Nobody's going to make comments or make you know, assumptions about your character or about your intentions because of, you know, being a white person or being, you know, whatever the case may be, you know. So it's you know, it's a whole different level, you know. And when they make that comparison between a Mike Brown and then a Dylan, I can't think of his last name, the kid that shot up the Dylan Roof, you know, that shot up the church, you know, and make that comparison between, you know, a kid whose possible mistaken identity led to him being shot in the back versus a kid who was caught red-handed shooting up a church and was offered Burger King, you know. So it's you know, it's a stark reality of the world we live in, you know. So it's definitely, you know, something that's more come to light, you know, in the last few years, you know, the more we see these things happen. So
yeah. There's so much to talk about, but I know I want to kind of get to a lighter note, but not really, depending on who you're asking, if it's a light note or if it's a serious note. Kathy Griffin and her posting with that Donald Trump head. What y'all thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. So Kathy Griffin, D-list star, and I think she's also on another show, and then I think she's the Potty Squatty or the Squatty Potty spokesperson. So she posted that video, or was part of a video where she was holding a head, like she was cutting off Donald Trump's head. Situation was, people, you know, were upset with her because they were like, you have to respect the presidential office, or the office of the presidency. My thing about it though is this, and you know, whoever's listening, you know, don't like it if you don't like it. Thing is that man, I call him Commander Cheeto, he's already disrespected the presidency. I have no respect for an individual who is an obvious racist, He's an accused rapist. He's a known sex offender. He's a known misogynist. He's a known cheater. He's a known business failure at business. I mean, some people think just because he's a billionaire, that man was born with money. He didn't make that money. That was his father's money. This man was not a successful businessman. He's a known nepotist. He has a laundry list of negativity that he's already disgraced that office. He's already destroyed this country. And now he's a known what they call it collaborator with the Russians. So there's so much that he's done already in the first 150, 200 days of his presidency and before, during his campaign to destroy the reputation of the office of the president. I don't see where there's a problem with whatever she did. She has a First Amendment right to do whatever she wants. I applaud Kathy Griffin. She gets the award of the week for me. So
I was about to say this. I was about to say the same thing. That's one of the best things about this country is freedom of speech and expression. She wasn't inciting any riots or inciting hate. She was just, that's what she was doing. What she was doing. But my thing
expressing
is,
her feelings.
Yeah, my thing is, where was all this angst and all this respect to office when Obama was in? Now,
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And y'all know me. We done had these. I'm not the I don't got the Obama pom-poms. You feel me? I wasn't no diehard no Obama maniac. Feel me? You know what I mean? But you feel me? I love what he represented. I love the visual. You feel me? That's the one thing I always respected, the visual, because it gave, young black boys specifically, like, they can look up to see, all right, now I don't gotta just be no, I could run the country. I don't gotta just be no basketball player, no, no athlete. Just, they could aspire to something different. You feel me? And then what it also did, it got people involved into the political process. You feel me? So
True.
So my thing is, they were so, that man was disrespected on so many levels. They disrespected that man's wife. You feel me?
Yes.
You feel me? He had other politicians call his wife a gorilla, this, that, and the third. You feel me? So I really don't have no sympathy or empathy for President Trump at the end of the day, because and then they talk about respect the office. He doesn't respect the office.
Right, not at all. He was the main one degrading the office when President Obama was in office. So
exactly, that's why Obama took shots at him at that dinner that time.
That time he said folks want to pop off.
Yeah. I mean, so and then at the end of the day, that's the way. He gotta expect that from how he ran his campaign. At the end of the day, his campaign was anti-government.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what he was running. Oh, I'm different. I'm not okay. Well, then you're gonna get this different type of flame coming at you too. You know what I mean? You feel me?
I mean, like the only thing that I would say she probably shouldn't have done was in the light of what they say, the violent nature of the imagery. Like, okay, I understand that. She can. I would say let her apologize for the violent nature of the imagery, but the fact that it was against Commander Cheeto, I don't care. It has nothing. She's not disrespected anything. There's nothing to disrespect there. He's already destroyed the image of that office. That office is nothing.
Now, if she was in Russia and she tried to do that, well, then we know Kathy Griffin would end up missing somewhere.
Exactly. No, but you don't catch that though. They were saying with the Comey thing, everything. They were talking about all different things. They were saying, he's coming under fire and people aren't respecting him as the president. Like Russia was saying this crap. Like y'all, like that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like you feel me? Like the office, the society. You know what I mean? Society has we took a nosedive. You feel me? We've been taking a nosedive, and so it's like anything's acceptable now, as far as in that office. So it's like don't nobody respect that office no more. You feel me? Like the other countries, they're just looking at us like, nah, this ain't right.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I believe it was
got 5 minutes left, two people.
I believe Britain and France both said that they didn't want anything to do with us at this point, or some of the stuff that was going on, and they just feel sorry for us. But they're moving on. They're not gonna wait for Trump to do what he's supposed to do, and they're not gonna they're in this by themselves now. So
yeah. I mean, it's the apathy of the public too. Because people don't have faith in the government. People don't have faith in the political system. And so they refuse to get involved, which is kind of it's a backwards way of thinking, because this affects you. You know what I mean? Like this direct. Like I'm all for local government. You know what I mean? People get informed about your local government first. You feel me? If you don't even know what's going on in your local government, you feel me? Please don't be going out here trying to vote for the president. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't know what's going on locally. That's what affects you immediately. But it's so rampant that don't nobody care, man. So when don't nobody care, this is what happens, and this is the situation we in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yeah, give Kathy Griffin back her job.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
She did come out a couple of days later and said that if Trump keeps trying to come after her, she's gonna come right back after him. So she's definitely not backing down. She's not taking a back seat to the situation. So
yeah, if I was her, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, no, not at all. He and that's the thing. Trump is bullying everybody. I mean, he's bullying his cabinet members or his the appointees and all that stuff. And I mean, Comey said that. One of the things Comey said today in that hearing before the Senate committee was that Trump told him that he wants loyalty, or he demands loyalties, and he demands people people follow his orders. So that's the thing, is that he's a bully. So he's expecting people to just bend, and if you don't bend to his will, then he gets rid of you and replaces you with somebody who will do it. He did that with the office of the AG, the Attorney General's office. So and that's another thing. It's like it's sad that it's being allowed to happen. If this would have been, I mean, think about the stuff that's happened in the past with Clinton, with Obama, even with Bush. Bush got a lot of back slack, for some of the things that he was doing. But, for some reason, like you said, Clint, is that the apathy is that they're allowing this stuff to continue to happen, and nobody's doing anything about it. Just because the Republican majority has the House and the Senate, and so they're not, making any moves. But it's like it should be their job to go ahead and go in that White House and take that White House back, because he's obviously tearing it down. So
exactly.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
We're using funny. Hold on. Okay, let's give our info. This is Willie Styles. I'm on williestyles.info. Catch me everywhere, all over the web, at Willie Styles. That's Styles with a Z, STYLEZ. Good night, people. Thanks for joining.
It's your boy Clint. You can hit me up on my blog at kingstruth.com, Instagram, Clint back CLAQ. You know what I mean? I'm everywhere. Holla at your boy.
And, of course, I am Sunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Follow me on unreservedlyme.wordpress.com. Thank you guys for listening to tonight's show. Check out our website, gstradioshow.com. Good night. And thanks for the caller.
Don't forget.
Thanks.
Don't forget the replays are everywhere. iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube. We everywhere.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Skrilla.
Yes, thank you for calling.
Keep the dope content coming, man. I like it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Catch y'all in 7 days.
Holla.
Rush into Old Navy. The entire store's on sale up to 50% off right now. Want to save even more? Redeem your super cash now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Better hurry, though. Tomorrow's the last day. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today and 2-day only deals. Rush into Old Navy. The entire store's on sale up to 50% off right now. Want to save even more? Redeem your super cash now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Better hurry, though. Tomorrow's the last day. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today and 2-day only deals.